This is Muscle Central and I'm Michael Diamond. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack in the comment section over what I'm about to say. After all, who am I to say that the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, the legend in bodybuilding, 7-time Mr. Olympia, is wrong on something he said about bodybuilding, building muscle. And yes, he makes mistakes. He's made mistakes before. We'll make them again. We all make mistakes. I saw in a recent Fitness Vault article that Arnold had stated that the preacher curl is a better exercise than the incline dumbbell curl for building big biceps. First off, as far as better exercise, there's no best exercise for any muscle group. An exercise that works very well for me, I get very good results from, might not work for you whatsoever. A lot of it has to do with genetics, but structure, limb proportions, all that plays a factor in how a muscle responds to a particular exercise. So like I said, what works for me might not work for you, so there's no one best exercise for a muscle. Now, as far as comparing the preacher curl to the incline dumbbell curl, yes, they're both bicep exercises, but they're still completely different animals. One exercise, the incline dumbbell curl, when the arm is extended, it allows a very good stretch on the muscle. But trade-off is when you contract the muscle in the exercise, the top portion, it's not as hard as contraction as you might want it. Then we have the preacher curl, which doesn't stretch the muscle in the lower portion of it, but in the top portion of it gives it a much harder contraction as opposed to the incline dumbbell curl. Two exercises work the muscles differently. With the incline dumbbell curl, the further your arm is behind your back, the more of a stretch you're going to get in the muscle. With the preacher curl, your elbows are raised and your bicep is closer to your head. So the closer your bicep is to your head, the harder the contraction you're going to get on the muscle. And there's no one exercise that works the muscle. Well, you might say, well, if I work the exercise in a full range of motion, but there's no one exercise that actually works the muscle in its full range. That's one of the reasons why we do a variety of exercises. So you really shouldn't be comparing to the two together. They're really two separate animals that work the muscle in completely different manners. You also said that with the incline dumbbell curl, when you lower the weight, you remove the stress from the bicep. Yes, if you let the weight just hang, you remove the stress, you remove a lot of the stress from the bicep. But with the preacher curl, when you lower the weight and the forearms come against the pads, you're removing a lot of the stress from the biceps. It's the same either way. And in either exercise, in a preacher curl, you shouldn't be lowering the arms down to where the forearms are resting on the pads, and doing the incline dumbbell curl, you should never let the arms hang to the point where your elbows are locked. You keep the elbows slightly bent, and you maintain the tension in the biceps. So Arnold, you're mistaken. The preacher curl does not build the bicep, is not a better exercise for building big biceps as opposed to the incline dumbbell curl. They're both good exercises, and the truth is, like I said in the beginning of the video, not every exercise works well for every person. So if neither of those work well for you, find the exercise that gives your muscle maximum contraction that works well for you, and find an exercise that gives your muscle a maximum stretch that works best for you. Implement both. One is not better than the other. You might agree or disagree with what I've said. Either way, let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.